I'm looking to build up this terrible platinum collection by starting with Animal Well, and it's 3 out of 10 difficulty. How will it stack up against Hollow Knight, Ori Will-O-The-Wisp and Yogi Bear when you have to face off against this terrifying pooch? These peckers that peck more than just the water, if you know what I'm saying. And you can't fight!
No fighting.
We begin at the start where we emerge from an egg like a beautiful cow in the summertime, and we head to the left because I know games better than all of you.
I'm better!
We find a chest in the room, and inside that's a secret egg. That gives us our first trophy. Now, there's 64 of these eggs to collect that are stored in this room with a terrifying looking peacock. The more eggs you collect, you can open up the doors in the peacock room, and they give you tools that help you along in your journey. Now, the goal of this little squishy blob is to find the 4 flames that are scattered across the map and bring them back into the middle to put into the pillars. So we head off exploring, and we come across this little disc in a shrine, and it opens up a can of nightmare fuel. Look at the state of that. That is scarier than your mom's face in the morning.
What did he say?
Anyway, dog murders me. I decide to try another room where I come across this little water puzzle. Unfortunately, I don't have a degree in water displacement, so this puzzle took me way longer than anyone should be taking on it. Anyway, when I finally managed to beat the puzzle, it opened up a new door into one of my favourite areas in the game, the bubble place. And why is it my favourite? Because you get the bubble wand. This is the height of luxury transportation. You can jump and move anywhere with it. Which brought me to my very first super hard puzzle area, which I solved in no time, obviously, because I'm so smart and cool, and I didn't even die once. Which brought us to a secret bunny and got us our second trophy. And our third trophy for getting a map, so this should be easy, or so I thought. I went gathering more eggs for my breakfast and I got pecked up the backside. Thoroughly enjoyed, 10 out of 10. I used my animal cruelty skills to get my next egg, which led to me getting rewarded with 2 new trophies. I went back to the stupid peacock room to get my reward, which was a magical flute that if you blew on it just right, special things would happen to you. That's what my uncle used to say to me too. Came up against the chameleon boss and fed him the animal equivalent of Shrek Twinkies, did a quick front flip to stunt on him, and made my way into the next room, which contained the first fire in the game, which I tried to pop with solid glass with a bubble, but my massive muscles did the job. Secured the trophy, took my fat ass dog for a walk, secured another trophy, had to use the knowledge of all of my ancestors gone by to solve this water puzzle, which was just cranking it, which I am a master in. We face the next boss, a seahorse, which just shoots water streams at you at a mild pace. Like, bro, I can wet my pants by myself. I'm a big boy now, okay? The B flame is secured and my happiness grows with each trophy. JK, I'll never be happy. As long as puzzles like this exist where you need Navy SEAL levels of focus just to jump onto a frisbee. And oh no, you don't need to do it just once. You need to do it 3 times, and the second time you have to do it in a row. And do I get rewarded with an egg at the end of it? No. Well, I get a trophy for learning how to frisbee surf. We enter the ostrich's lair where these cats are feeling the housing crisis effects. This ostrich surely wouldn't try to run me over, would he? I run away faster than if I'd just seen a group of scary teenagers coming on my path.
Fat ass back here.
And although there is no combat in the game, you do end up drowning an ostrich. We go in and collect our G flame, so now we only have 1 flame left, which is the P flame. This flame belongs to Mr. iKids himself. This involves taking the mock disc we used to acquire our frisbee and placing it here, all the while getting chased by the ghost and some other unfriendly doggos. So, we begin the chase. We take the mock disc and make a beeline for the egg room. Now, the reason I'm going to this room is because you can teleport around the map with it from any of the 6 heads inside of it. So I make my way around, jump over the chinchillas while trying to avoid the dog as best as possible. Once I get into the egg room after taking a hit, I make my way up to the top left to the dog head. This will bring me to the top part of the map, which is where the statue is that I need to place my mock disc. All the while solving puzzles while the doggo tries to eat my squishy insides. You can avoid the ghost dogs by keeping up above the main part of the area. I try and get it done, but I still have to use my bubbles to avoid them. I did my best to avoid the dog's body because only the head can damage you, so I sent him to the chip shop here with this bubble to give myself just enough time to get the middle button and drop down below, before the final step where I have to make it back up to the top right of the map, which costs me another heart. However, we managed to make our way up the ladder into the next room, and there's the dog shrine, where we finally put an end to the stupid dog. And that allows us to get the final flame and our next trophy, which opens up the cavern underneath the 4 pillars where we fight the laser shooting manticore and defeat him. But more on him later, because we have some eggs to collect. So although we've already completed the main boss of the game, we still have to go back and collect all of the eggs and wrap up some miscellaneous trophies as well to get our platinum, which started out pretty well when I got the Egg Lord trophy for getting 32 eggs. So obviously, without saying, I went and found the other 32 by myself with no outside help whatsoever. We came across this puzzle that's basically knockoff Tetris, and I will tell you, this ruined my mind. I spent nearly 25 minutes on this stupid game until I realized you could close the door. Another one of those devious puzzles I solved all by myself with no outside help was to use your frisbee and ride it in between these 2 moving pillars, so you had to get the timing just right, which was near impossible for me and took me a good long while to get. However, after many tries, we did manage to get the stick, and this brought us to a new secret spot where we got an obsidian egg.
2 hours later.
We're finally down to the last egg. All we have to do is use our wheel to move these contraptions and then step on the buttons, and we get our trophy for those stupid 64 eggs. And by stupid I obviously mean beautiful, well deserved, lovely, great fun eggs. And to celebrate this big achievement, I did what any man would do and burn the eye sockets of himself until he gets epilepsy, earning a 15 trophy and a trip to A&E. But we finally get to see the table completed. Look at the beauty. And inside we find a 65th egg with a menacing looking face on it. We decide to go back down to the manticore's lair and bring the egg there, and we place it in this hatch which summons another stronger manticore. He uses his lasers and it destroys the barriers on the left, which we run through and play our flute, which opens the manticore's mouth. Now, I wasn't sure what to do here, if it's just an instant game over, but I decided to jump in, and I was surprised when you're given the ending credits of the game and you get to play as the manticore flying around the credits. And this turned out to be how you unlock the exit achievement for exiting the well, which, you know, I thought you were just gonna climb out of the well, but apparently you have to go through a manticore's mouth or all that, whatever. However, while the credits are rolling, we still do need 2 trophies, so we have to run back and get those 2 miscellaneouses. So I relive my fantasies and get crushed by a big fat thing.
Yeah, boy.
I had a sudden epiphany and realized that there's actually 19 trophies in the game, so oh well. Realized once I looked for the last trophy that I had actually missed it, so I had to start a new game all over again and do a bit more spelunking and sneak up on this squirrel and pickpocket him, which is as easy as taking candy from a, well, small furry little animal. And upon completing this great robbery, we get our final 18th trophy and the platinum. And you know what that calls for. Epilepsy party. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you'd like, leave a like or subscribe. Thank you.